Welcome to the world of 1920 plus, a reimagining of the World War I post-war era, but with a dieselpunk twist. Iron Harvest takes this universe, which was designed by Jacob Rosowski, as well as his actual artwork which directly inspired the game, and mixes in some classic RTS gameplay heavily inspired by games like Company of Heroes to make a surprisingly compelling and pretty fast-paced RTS game. Now, that's not to say that the atmosphere is all that Iron Harvest has going for it. The gameplay does have some really fantastic use of the mechs that you're going to see pretty heavily in the artwork. After all, that's the main hook for the game, right? But although some of these behemoths are going to be absolute battlefield dominators, their speed and cost is pretty well balanced, and you're going to see infantry being able to take on these larger mechs by flanking, using cover and explosives carefully, giving these battlefields a early World War I feel that is kind of like when the actual tanks here in real life first rolled out. There's a great contrast of the old and the new, just with this mech-based twist. As much as I personally love alternate history, mechs generally aren't my thing, but these mechs here in Iron Harvest in the world of 1920 plus have so much character you can't help but love them. They don't stand out, but blend in as they spew thick diesel smoke and vibrate as they're trying to stand still and idling with their idle animations. They just feel like they're rattly and about to fall apart. And like everything else in this game's artwork, the mechs are just full of character and really add a lot to the game. Besides the obvious advantage of building up your tech tree and getting to your mech production, their interaction with the maps is quite impressive for this being this company's first RTS game, because the buildings across the maps actually have a full destruction system. And while battles may start out on a, again, early World War I feel with infantry fighting between trenches over resource points, when the mechs roll out, they're going to be absolutely smashing through all these buildings and fighting with some really awesome, awe-inspiring animations. Which again is just really cool to see how they both stand out in the game, but also blend into the universe and the atmosphere so well. If you could have asked a early World War I tank designer to design one that had legs instead, he might have come up with some of these exact mechs. They're just really convincing for the time period. As far as gameplay goes, you're going to start out with just your command post. You're going to move out and capture a couple of different resource points across the map, your main ones being oil as well as steel. And like most RTS games which use this style of resource capturing, the base building isn't really the main point of the game, it's the building of units. You can build multiple barracks and multiple workshops to increase your population limit and get larger armies, but because of the way that resources kind of drip feed in from the resource points, you're not generally going to have huge armies in this game unless you increase the resource limits artificially before the match starts. This is a good thing because there's a lot to manage in this game with the combat. The bane of most RTS games is the occasional awkward pathfinding, and Iron Harvest definitely has some of that, which requires you to kind of micromanage your units a bit. That is just a part of this style of RTS game as well, but you are going to notice your units charging when they shouldn't and leaving cover when they shouldn't, at least multiple times every match that you play. Your starting infantry units are going to be definitely outclassed by the end of a match, but they can pick up weapons off of the battlefield from defeated enemies to help supplement their starting weapons. The ability for your riflemen to throw grenades or use the anti-mech launchers in late game battles will really help them stand up to those later units, especially if you're taking those weapons from your enemies. In multiplayer, you can compete either against the AI or against other human players, but I didn't see a way to mix teams, so me and my friends couldn't do the 3 versus 1 insane level AI stomp that we were hoping to do, and instead had to keep teams balanced, which was tough because the AI is actually really impressive. I played the closed beta back in June and found the AI to be really easy, but man, they have cranked up the difficulty quite a bit here as the game finally goes live. Speaking of it finally going live though, it is a little bit light on the map content, it feels like. I know that this game is going to have a season-style live service with free updates, including new maps, but there's just a slightly small selection here at launch, in my opinion. Outside of multiplayer, though, the game also offers 3 distinct single-player campaigns, complete with voice acting, cinematics, and a unique story for each one of the 3 factions, which definitely aren't Russia, Germany, and Poland, definitely not. And I actually found the single player, the part that I've played so far, about 5 missions so far, to be pretty compelling and really enjoyable. The maps are beautiful, and the stories are quite interesting. Yeah, it has some of the small developer cheese going on with both the voice acting and the script, but overall the single player campaign is a really earnest attempt at telling some pretty large-scale stories, and again, I'm finding that to be a lot of fun. For a game that's launching just a few years after its successful Kickstarter campaign, with these really ambitious ideas for what they wanted to put into the game, I would call this a overall successful launch, if again, just a little bit light on the multiplayer content. If they keep rolling out updates throughout the rest of this year, this could be a near perfect alternate reality RTS game. As it is, it's already a really good one. So guys, that's a first look at Iron Harvest. I'm going to roll some footage of the 2 versus 2 AI fight that we had with me, Germ Gaming, and my friend John. Thankfully, the hard level AI was on my team because, as you're going to see, they're pretty tough to keep up with. For now, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you next time.
Establishing field command. Stand by. Command established.
Engineers ready for work.
Sweet, we're right next to each other.
Absolutely.
Stormtrooper squad ready.
That's why I had changed the map originally.
We are here to serve. It will be an honor. The Kaiser's finest. Absolutely.
We're ready.
Attention. Engineers on the way. We'll make the mechs wish they stayed home.
Ready to put our skills to use
Ready
for
when
the
needed.
Empire.
Readying the gun.
We are always ready. Engineers reporting pump secure. We are here to serve.
What shall we do?
Saxonian engineers reporting and ready to work.
Readying the gun.
The Kaiser's finest. Engineers reporting mine secure. Consider it done. Engineers ready for work. We see a group of adversaries. Standing by for orders. We will build it. We are here to serve. We have their attention.
Attention. Stormtroopers rallying.
What now?
Awful quiet out there.
Preparing mission assignments.
Engineers under fire! Ready!
I was gonna say these engineers aren't great pistol shots.
We have their attention!
Point blank blazing
Form up.
away.
We are always ready.
Construction complete.
Fall in.
We are here to
Sons
serve.
of the Empire stand ready for battle.
It will be an honor.
Engineers
Multiple enemies identified.
What now? Taking a look inside.
Not my pump!
What does the Empire require? Let's get going.
Orders. New intel.
The enemy is capturing our mine.
Orders!
Multiple enemies identified.
Fall in.
Stormtroopers awaiting orders.
Training
We're ready.
grenadiers.
We lost control of an iron mine.
We are always ready. It'll be there up. The enemy is engaging us.
Imperial grenadiers reporting.
Standing by for orders.
Grenades can help, no matter the problem. Anyone home?
What does the Empire? Everyone get in. It is good to keep those hands down. Awaiting orders.
Orders. We're under attack. Cannon. Form up. Preparing mission assignments.
What's the target?
more work to do.
Anti-mech cannon standing by.
Engineers under fire! Ready!
Grenadier is ready.
Standing by for
This
orders.
mine is secure.
Ready when needed.
We're ready.
Multiple enemies identified.
Stormtrooper squad ready. Awaiting orders. Consider it done. What does the Empire require? Orders received. Anti-mech
The
cannon
backbone of
standing by.
Saxony. Attention. Enemy located. And they're not
Engineers
alone.
ready for this is not becoming conduct.
Enemy unit. We're under attack.
Stormtroopers engaging the enemy. What's next? What's the target? Where is the
Taking
target?
enemy fire.
Ready when needed.
Keep those heads down.
We are always ready. With
New
Saxonian
intel.
precision.
Orders. Taking enemy
One of
fire.
our squads has fallen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting heated.
Good idea. Anti-mech cannon standing by. Enemy units over here. Cannon. What's next? What shall we do?
Keep those heads down.
Engineers ready for work. Let's get the MG loaded.
Anti-mech cannon stand right away.
Attention.
One of our
Stormtroopers
squads has
ready.
fallen.
Stop them in their tracks. What shall we do?
Our machine gun is ready to punish the
Construction
enemy.
complete.
Gun team waiting for orders.
Anti-mech gun under fire.
Yes.
The Kaiser's
New
finest.
intel.
Enemy unit identified.
Fall in.
The unit has
Training
become
grenadiers.
veteran.
This is not becoming conduct.
Incoming enemy fire! Of the Empire stand ready for battle.
Quickly! Heavy MG here.
Grenadiers ready to break the enemy. Cannon taking fire!
Yes! Right away!
Incoming enemy fire!
Ready. Lock it down. Where is the target?
Hostile forces advancing.
Heavy MG here. Cannon taking fire!
We are always ready.
Stormtroopers awaiting orders. What does the Empire require? We're under attack! Stormtroopers
The
ready.
weapon system has been lost.
Tell us what to do.
One of our squads has fallen.
Use of
Machine
cover.
gun ready.
Their attention!
We are here to serve.
Significant enemy fire.
The anti-mech cannon.
Heavy MG
Enemy
here.
fire.
Enemy unit identified.
The Kaiser's finest.
Enemy located.
For the Emperor!
We can't fix it.
One of our squads has
Easy
fallen.
gun coming online.
MG team looking for targets! What's the target?
The enemy's firing!
Give us orders! Hey, hey! Fire!
The enemy approaches.
One of our squads.
Enemies are ready for duty. Attack! Attention.
Armor.
It's not ideal.
One of our squads has
Workshop
fallen.
here.
Keep
Get
those
back
heads
on the
down!
way.
Dave, are you top right or
Standing
bottom
by
right?
for orders.
I guess that'd be top right.
Let's get down to business.
As long as it's the AI destroying me, that'd
Cannon ready for
feel a little better.
The big fight is between us, yeah.
The unit has become veteran.
Anti-mech gun under fire! Speak up!
That's it.
New orders. Ready for orders.
Tear them apart! Cannon taking fire! Quickly!
We have come to assist. The enemy is engaging us.
Has fallen.
Waiting for a mission.
Walker ready. We're being fired upon. New intel. I'm receiving enemy fire.
Armor. Easygen coming online.
Orders.
Machine gun crew ready. Kill them! We're ready. No mercy!
Grenades can help, no matter the problem.
Standing by.
Not good.
I have one target in
Great.
sight. I must intercept these enemies. As orders. Walker ready. Received. Fallen. Training grenadiers.
Got a lone gunman facing up against Dave.
Combat ready.
We're taking fire!
Oh, what is that? Come
Multiple
on.
enemies identified.
Standing by.
Axe.
Underway.
They're waiting for a mission.
Multiple
Robot
enemies
hacks.
identified.
Imperial grenadiers reporting.
Acknowledged.
Heavy M gear here.
Just don't even come near my base because I will.
Prepare to fire.
Multiple adversaries in the
Surrender
area.
immediately.
What does the
Yeah, I
Empire
will
require?
cry.
Moving to use cover.
Ready for orders. New orders. Walking that way. Enemy unit sighted. Fire and ready. Armor awaiting orders. The enemy is encroaching.
I'm back.
Keep those hands down.
Combat ready. Target command.
Serve the Empire well.
Heavy M gear here.
Walker ready. Engaging as orders.
Now.
Easy command of fire.
What's that?
Multiple enemies identified.
Grenade out!
The enemy is attacking one of our structures. A unit has become
New
veteran.
target. Aggression like a big target. This sector is secure. Target locked. Orders? We'll be able to support more troops soon. Attention. Stormtroopers ready.
Oh well, thanks for coming out, medic team.
I'm receiving enemy fire. Orders.
M gear ready!
New orders. Target acknowledged.
A unit has become veteran.
Taking fire here.
Multiple enemies
Ready
identified.
for orders. Moving now.
For a mission.
Fire too close.
Stormtrooper
Engage.
squad ready. Consider it done.
Orders. Hostile forces. Engage. Easy command of fire. Where am I needed? Extracting the guns of the Empire.
Lost an armed unit. Building upgrade complete. We have new options from the Imperial arsenal.
Speak up!
It's gonna make it a pain in the ass to get near me.
Hardfire.
Orders. Engaging.
For targets!
We can't fix anything. Improving our workshop's
Grenadiers ready.
capabilities.
Orders received.
Wow.
Where am I needed? Combat ready.
Speak up!
Yeah, I think the AI being on your team just helps because they can look at everything at once. Even just the hard ones.
What's the target?
Multiple enemies identified.
Must be stopped!
Enemy right there. Ready for orders. I'm receiving enemy fire. Orders. Target locked.
Building upgrade complete. We have
There I
new
go.
options from the Imperial arsenal.
Enemy.
Grenades can help, no matter the problem.
Wait for it!
Taking fire here. Combat ready. Anti-infantry mech responding. Enemy units over here. Taking enemy fire.
This isn't going great.
I'm busy. What is it? Where am I needed? Easy command of fire.
Need armor?
has become
Acquiring
veteran.
Kaiser heavy mech.
Machine gun crew ready.
Kimber taking shots.
Oh, the AI built their behemoth.
Under my control. More oil to fuel the Empires. Target acquired.
Yeah? Understood. Engaging the enemy.
Tell us what to do.
Taking fire.
No.
The enemy is attacking one of our structures.
It's not as much,
Waiting
it's
orders.
not as much fun this way.
This game is awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
Mission ready. Enemy unit. Addressing targets. Keep those heads down. Received. New intel.
Yep, this feels like the beginning of the end.
Grenades can help, no matter the problem.
John, are you pretty much dead?
Acknowledge.
Oh yeah.
The enemy's maneuvering.
You guys want to pick out what train car you want us to render in?
Stormtrooper squad ready. Gun team orders.
Dignity of surrendering in a train car. You'd want that.
Put my history.
What's the target?
New target. Engaging. Head that way.
My tank is just on fire.
Preparing to engage. Kaiser reporting. Taking enemy fire.
We are ready.
Grenadiers ready.
Workshop here. Stiefmutter will arrive shortly.
There it is.
Where am I needed?
Us orders.
Iron for the fatherland.
Yeah?
What does the Kaiser require?
Grenade out.
It's a lot of fire. Whole lot of fire.
Requesting a worthy assignment. Course confirmed. Plotting coordinates. Solution
Never
confirmed.
mind.
Victory!
GG's, boys.